Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do another look using the Charlotte Icon palette. I was going to do the Diva look, but I've changed my mind and I'm going to do the day look because I'm just in the mood for the day look. Now please do check back to my first impression video and my live video yesterday where I did the date look, and my first impression where I did the disco look. And I'll put the links of those below. But today I'm going to do the day look. And yesterday we got a bit of a surprise because we experimented to see if we could use this date look here in the way that Charlotte advises: prime, enhance and smoke. And it actually worked. So I'm going to do the same today with the day look. I think this is more likely to work anyway, but I'm going to do it as she describes: prime, enhance, smoke. And so yeah, it should be pretty easy for you to follow. So let's get going with this look. I've done my base. I did everything the way that I showed you yesterday. I just used a different brow product, so my brows are looking a little bit stronger today. But hopefully once I've got my eye makeup on, it will fit. And again, sorry about the games in the background. Let's get going. Okay, so first up, I want to prime my eyes with a colour chameleon. Now I'm going to freeze here because in case you're following this video, I actually took all of this off and started again because of this first step. So just in case you're following, I put the colour chameleon over my mobile lid and all the way up into my crease. If you've got hooded lids like me, it just doesn't work because the colour chameleon in Champagne Diamonds has got two big sparkle glitter particles in it. So it really does glitter on the hood of your lid or in the crease, and it just didn't suit me. So I actually scrapped it all and started again. So if you're following this, don't put the colour chameleon on the entire lid, just put it on the mobile lid. Okay, you'll see what I did in a minute. And to go with this look, I thought I would use Champagne Diamonds, which is actually a colour chameleon that is suggested for blue eyes. But I think it will make a very nice base for these colours. It is also part of the Ingenue iconic look. So you can see this shade, it's well described. It's a champagne shade. So I'm just going to rub that in with my fingers and do the other side. Sorry, my eyes are watering again. I'm also going to pop this underneath. I'm just going to dry my under eye off before I do this and pop this underneath. Okay, so that's the base done. And so I'm going to go in with the prime shade using the Charlotte Tilbury blending brush. In fact, I'm not going to use a blending brush. I've changed my mind. I'm going to use my fingers. And let's see how this applies. So I think it will really pop when you put it on with your fingers. Don't lie though, isn't it? The skin that Jack has is kind of ugly. And I think I'm just going to take this 3/4 of the way along. He called me octopus man. Just so that when I put the other shadow on, it's going to stick as well to that colour chameleon. What's his name? But you could put it all over the eyelid if you want to. So that is the prime shade of the day eye. And then with my finger again, I'm going to take the enhanced shade of the day eye which is this one here in the middle, which is a lovely rose gold. And I'm going to put that on here. And this is the one that I think looks very like Pillow Talk, Exaggerize, Rose Gold. It's just gorgeous. And I think what I might do is also wet this to really make it pop. And I'm going to take it over some of that prime shade.
I could if I wanted it, and I did.
Right, I'm just going to wet my finger and put a little bit more of that on and see what it looks like wet. Okay, so I've just got some Fix Plus on my hand and I'm going to dab that on to wet it. Okay, and then I'm going to take a small smudge brush and I'm going to run some of that under my eyes and I'm going to wet the brush. Okay, and then I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm going to take my MAC one this time. That's a MAC 217 blending brush. I will just get that. Okay, and I'm going to go in with the smoke shade. I'm going to first put it on dry and then I'm gradually going to build up the intensity in the corner and use it wet.
She's really low, Sean. He's literally hiding. He's camping.
Wow, this is going on, because it's going on over that colour chameleon, it's actually going on very pigmented anyway. Yes, okay. Which is lovely. So I'm just going to blend away for a minute and speed through this. Okay, so I think what I would do next time I do this look, what I do not like is this glitter. Now, that isn't the eyeshadow. That's actually this colour chameleon underneath. So I think next time, if I'm going to recreate this look, I would just take the colour chameleon and put it on the mobile lid and not put it in the crease of my eye, because I do not like that glitter around the hood of my lid. But other than that, that's not the eyeshadow, that is the colour chameleon. It's a little bit sparkly for my liking.
Should we try and get this one so I can get the glider?
I already have the glider.
In fact, I dislike it so much, I'm actually going to do something I never usually do, which is start again. So catch me in a minute and I'll be back at this stage with just putting the colour chameleon on my mobile lid. Okay, so you can see I've actually taken it all off and I'm now just going to put this on the mobile lid. Okay. Hi, I'm back. That is so much better. There's still a little bit of that colour chameleon because it tends to get everywhere, but it's definitely looking better now without the colour chameleon. So I will put a little thing at the beginning of this video just in case you're following this along and you've got hooded lids like me, because this is beautiful on its own and the colour chameleon correction underneath this smoke shade really doesn't do it justice. It just makes it too glittery. Now, those of you that were worried about there being no mattes in this palette, this is the nearest thing to a matte shade. And it, to all intents and purposes, it is matte. But if you remember yesterday, I likened it to paint. So where you get a matte paint and then you get a satin, they call it satin sheen or something. That's what it is. So it's got, ignore the glitter particles because that's what is left over of the colour chameleon in this Champagne Diamonds. And it's why I don't like it. Some of the glitter particles are just too much. And they've moved from my eyelid. But if you ignore that, that's not the eyeshadow, that's the colour chameleon. But that is what the eyeshadow is going to look like. And I think it's beautiful. So I'm just going to take some of that underneath and with a smudge brush. And because my eye is a little bit watery there, it's wet. The advantage of having watery eyes is you don't have to wet the brush. Now actually what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use this enhanced shade. I love it. It's a lovely plum shade and it's even nicer when you wet it. So I'm going to
I'm so sorry, guys. I keep calling it the enhanced shade. It's not. It's the bottom one, which is the smoke shade. Okay, the smoke sort of matte shade.
And it comes with a brush, a Nancy brush, called Precise Bent Eyeliner. Now, if you want this set, you can get it from Beauty and the Boutique. This wasn't sent to me free. I bought it with my own money. But it's a really good set. And you're supposed to add it to the eyeshadow, but you know, I don't really like doing that because in case the eyeshadow goes a bit hard. So what I do is I add a dot of this on my finger, on my hand, sorry, like so. Can you see that? And then what I'll do is I'll use the back of my hand as a palette and I'll pick up some of the shadow with this brush, because it's actually quite powdery, so I can pick it up quite easily. And then I use my hand, like so, to mix some to the right consistency, and then use this as a liner. Now, you could just mix it with water, but this actually is a little bit longer lasting. It kind of makes it into a liquid liner. Okay, so the other side. What I just did then is dip the brush into that liquid and then dip this right into the corner of the eyeshadow. So if it was going to affect the eyeshadow, then it would only be right in the corner, just to get the thickness right. I like that. I like that a lot. And then I will just, now this one eye is watery anyway, so I can just put this straight into my palette, like so, and the other side. Just fade that away a little bit there. And then last but not least, I'm going to go in with this shadow on the top here and put a little bit of that under my brow, like so, and a little bit in here. Now I've already put Pillow Talk blush on. I think this is very like Pillow Talk, perhaps a little bit darker than the Pillow Talk eyeshadow quad. But I'm going to put some mascara on and I'll be right back. And some liner in my lower waterline. Okay, so that is the finished look, but I did want to talk to you today about the fact that she's brought out these kind of 4 looks. And of course, you know what's missing from this palette, don't you? Prime, Enhance, Smoke, Pop. So, I thought, let's get out my palette of pops. And of course, the one that definitely goes with this is this palette. I think basically this palette will go with the first 2 looks, the day look and the date look. And then possibly the other palette of pops in Starlight will go with the last 2 looks, which are a bit on the cooler side. So, let me take... I'm going to show you both of them, actually. I'm going to put a bit of both over so you can see. So, I'm going to take this shade here. I say both of them. I'm going to use these bottom ones. And, no, this one I think I'll use. This bottom one. And I'll put that there. And there, just for the sake of you seeing them. And then I'm going to wipe my finger and dry it on a wipe. And then I'm going to go in with this one, which is rose gold, to go over the rest of the eyelid. So this is Palette of Pops in Supersonic Girl. So that might be a way of making your day look into a night look. Finally, we're going to finish off with the lips. And I think the new lipstick that will go with this is the, what was it called? Blushing Nude or Nude Blush. I'll go and get the lipstick, shall I, instead of guessing the shades. It's Berry Nude. First of all, I'm going to go in with Super Size Me. And then Berry Nude. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed today's look. Any questions, please let me know. And I'm sorry about doing that second take, but I think it was definitely merited this time. It's the only thing I do not like about this particular colour chameleon is that the glitter is very, very large chunks of glitter and it tends to get everywhere. If you can keep it on the mobile lid, it looks very pretty. But if you have hooded lids like me and it goes everywhere, then it can get in the way. So next time I'm going to try this look using another colour chameleon, like bronze garnet would look lovely, or amber haze. They are a bit darker, so it's going to make that prime shade look a little bit darker underneath. And it's one thing that I think Charlotte should really bring out. Charlotte, please bring out a rose gold colour chameleon. You know it's going to sell out in a flash, because This is the only light colour chameleon you have, and it's too glittery for us hoodies. So please listen, please. So I hope you've enjoyed my video today, and I will be back during the week when we will do Diva Eyes, possibly live. And don't forget to join us on Wednesday when we will be doing a live look using the Queen, and we are calling it Tea with the Queen. All right, take care. Have a lovely weekend. See you soon.